Okay, thank you for joining us, everyone. We will go ahead and let Kurt open up with his opening remarks, followed by questions. Kurt, please begin.
They're really excited about that win. A lot of respect for the style that New York plays, their individual talent, and how they put their players in position to be successful. A real credit to our defensive intensity, holding them in the 30% in the second half, and had 3 stops in a row 6 different times in the second half. So a real credit to our defense. Jasmine Thomas was individually terrific on Sabrina. We showed a lot of attention to her. Dewana's length and staying in place as best we could with Benijah. It was a total defensive effort tonight. And then at the offensive end, we found our tempo and stayed true to what we thought would work, and that was playing through the paint, playing through our size advantage. And we executed. We slowed down and we executed in a monster game by JJ. And again, got Bree Jones touches and played outside basketball all night. But again, rebounding and defense is the calling card, and we had a really good night against a talented team.
Thank you, Kurt. We will go ahead and open it up to questions. Please raise your hand and I'll call on you. Ned, we'll begin with you.
Howdy, Kurt. Congratulations. Midway through the second quarter, you had called a timeout after New York had gone up. Were you getting in their ear about going inside more and getting JJ going?
Yeah, it was, for the last 2 days of practice, we had a game plan. So just, trying to slow down. And New York's pace can get you to play fast. And they really take advantage if you take poor shots. So, obviously there's a defensive message in every timeout. What's our game plan? Reminders. How are they playing? How are they attacking us tonight? What can we do to help ourselves? And then offensively, just those reminders that we've worked hard on the last 48 hours on how we wanted to attack New York. And don't let them speed us up, and don't take bad shots. Because they thrive in transition. They thrive off a poor shot selection that really fuels their offense.
Thanks, Kurt.
Miles?
Hey, Kurt. After New York shot 53% in the first half, you held them to 33% and just 27 points after the break. What major halftime adjustments did you make? Or was it, like you said, getting back to the game plan that you'd had coming into the game?
Yeah, you have to tip your hat at times. In the first half, they made some tough one-on-one plays. Well, we had some slippage in transition. We're undisciplined in a few of their actions, but we guarded their actions in the first half, but they were impressive one-on-one, finishing some really tough plays. So we challenged our team. We don't hate that, right? They had to make a lot of really difficult plays one-on-one to shoot 55% or 53%. So we thought, we were just going to have to buckle down late in shot clock in that one-on-one that they were making in the first half. They didn't make in the second half. I think overall, while we had a few missed assignments, we guarded their actions about as well as we could have hoped coming into tonight. And then the second half, you saw that they didn't make near the amount of difficult one-on-one plays that they did in the first half. And that's a credit to our players' intensity. And they just are locked in. They are locked in right now to be a defensive team, and I love it.
Thank you. And I did see there was that one play, there was that one quick timeout you took late in the fourth quarter when there was a rotation, and you looked a little bit upset about that. Was that just keeping your team accountable to the final whistle tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. Those are the things off the dead balls that we can control. That is our mistake. That is something we talked about. They have unique lineups. It's absolutely essential when you play New York that you know your matchups, because they will exploit a mistake. We had a dead ball. We didn't get our matchups quite right, and they got an easy 3. And that is the kind of stuff that we can control. I don't care about time and score. Those are teaching moments. Those somewhere back down the line, we won't make that same mistake. And I think those are all teaching moments, and that was disappointing, and I wanted them to know, I don't care what the score is. These are things we can control.
Thanks so much. Congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank you.
Doug?
Hey, Kurt, you talked about how beneficial that rest, was for your team leading into this game. How do you plan to break up the next week with, given that you don't play again for 8 days?
Yeah, the hard part is that COVID testing never takes a break, but we now have a week until we play again. We'll give them 2 days off, and then we'll practice a few days, give them another day off, practice a few days. So it will be a good week of practice. We'll try to keep momentum going, but we'll scatter in multiple days off this week also to come out of it rested, while we continue to do really early in the week will be about ourselves, and then late in the week we'll start to prepare for Seattle and the games preceding that.
Mike?
Hey, Coach. Before the game today, you said that your message all week has been to kind of just leave it all out there. Do you think you achieved that today?
Yeah, I think you saw how hard and personally they were taking some of those individual matchups. While defense is a team scheme, we were really working hard, and we talked about a week in between games. We talked about our tank being empty by the end of the game, and everybody leave their tank empty. And so that's we have some days off. We have a light at the end of the tunnel for some rest, and so we really talked about that all night. And you saw how hard we played all the way to the buzzer. The bench, everybody, we played hard the entire game.
Doug?
Hey, Kurt, nice win. You mentioned the COVID protocols or the COVID testing. Since you've been on the road, I'm curious on your thoughts of what the protocols are for the league, for you guys, and that since we're in a situation where we're getting better every day, a lot of people are vaccinated, thoughts on maybe changing things down the road of letting more fans in or letting us actually talk to you face to face instead of on the Zoom.
Yeah, I'm excited, and we lean on the WNBA leadership to make those decisions as some of the requirements lighten, not only for our teams but ultimately for arenas and fan bases, media. I think we're trending in the right direction, but we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. So we trust the WNBA leadership. We are now considered a fully vaccinated team, and so we have a little bit more freedom, a little bit more luxury of doing things that teams that aren't considered fully vaccinated yet. We are considered a fully vaccinated team. So it's lightened up a little bit. I'm allowed to coach without my mask on. I still use my mask the majority of the time. We have some travel restrictions have been eliminated now when we go back on the road because we're considered fully vaccinated. So I'm hopeful as we move towards the Olympic break that it's going to continue to open up, and then you're really hopeful that it will look very much normal coming out of the Olympic break when we start to play again in August and September.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Rafiq? Jacqueline?
Hey, Kurt, could you just talk a little bit about the defensive attention on Benaja Laney tonight? Your team snapped her 20-point scoring streak that she had all season. It looks like you guys held her scoreless in the second half. Just what was the game plan and how did that really work out tonight?
Again, it starts with an individual effort. We try to keep length on her with DB. We have attention to her. She's such a focal point on and off the ball. And so we had schemes with their different actions on what we wanted to do. So, again, credit the DB's length first, but we were really physical with her. We schemed different offensive plays that they have. And we really stuck to those schemes, and they worked. And again, Benaja's always going to score. She missed some shots tonight that she's made throughout the year. But, hats off to our team defense. There's a lot of attention, a lot of eyes on her, on what she was trying to accomplish. And she's deserved it. She's earned all the attention that she gets defensively.
Kurt, and just a follow-up question. Stephanie Jones had a few minutes at the end where she had some good efforts there. What did you see from her, and what did you like about her going forward?
Yeah, she's the ultimate glue player. She's a terrific teammate. She does a lot of things that go unnoticed. She's productive in the minutes that we ask of her. She's just such a positive person at the end of the bench, and she doesn't complain. If I played her 15 minutes or 5 minutes or a DNP, Steph Jones got the gratitude that you love to see people that are role players for you. You can't say enough about that she has unbelievable gratitude. And that goes a long way for building chemistry. And again, we're going to need her, right? We're going to need her. We're going to have some changes, obviously, upcoming. So, more is going to be asked of her in this upcoming stretch.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. That concludes availability for Kurt. We'll go ahead and bring in the first player. Okay, we'll go ahead and open it up to some questions for JJ. She notched 31 points, a new career high, and also joins the Connecticut Sun 30-point club. We'll go ahead and open it up to some questions. Miles, we'll begin with you.
Well, first things first, congratulations on the career high. And you were able to get great positioning on the block all night tonight. Was that the game plan coming in, knowing that you had such a large size advantage down low against that Liberty front court, which is limited right now?
Yeah, most definitely. We understood that they were going to play a small ball lineup, and while it gave them some advantages offensively, we understood that defensively that they were going to be really, really small. So I think at the beginning of the game, I tried to assert myself to get position, but it wasn't really working out. But getting on the offensive boards, kind of got a lot of fouls, and we were able to pick up a lot of fouls for the team. And then in the second quarter and the rest of the game, it kind of settled in, and I was able to get the catches and the touches that I wanted. So definitely a game plan for sure.
Great. And in that second half, you had 12 in the first half and then 19 in the second. Did you make any adjustments, or was it just recentering yourself and refocusing on getting down in the post and, like you said, getting going?
Yeah, recentering, definitely recentering myself. I just felt like the first half was just, it just didn't flow well for me. I felt like I was working hard, but some of the touches and some of the things that I was doing just wasn't really coming to fruition. So, I feel like the second half is when I kind of really settled in, and it's just the same thing that I've been saying all season. It's just that my mental toughness is just different this year. I think years prior, I would have kind of probably got down on myself and kind of got out of the game a little bit. But this year, it feels different, and just positive self-talk throughout the entire game.
Thank you so much, and congratulations again.
Thank you.
Doug?
Hey, John Paul, you mentioned you're going to a Eurobasket. Can you just talk about the logistics of that and kind of, what it will be like to leave your team at this moment?
Yeah, it's gonna suck. I understand the importance of it. I'm proud to represent the Bosnian national team, but I definitely, it's a tough time to be going. I feel like we're playing really, really great basketball. I feel like I have a good flow right now. I just feel like things are just trending upward for us. So I hate that I have to leave, but it's necessary. So I'm gonna go over there and handle business, and hopefully meet the team maybe in DC on the 28th, or probably a little bit earlier, depending on how things go in Bosnia, and be able to catch that game. So it's tough, but it's just a part of being a WNBA basketball player, being a professional basketball player. So just gotta handle it.
Thanks.
Rafiq?
Hey, congratulations on the win. I just want to know, how are you able to make it one of the most dominant wins you've had home up until this point?
Yeah, we have a chip on our shoulder. I feel like we've played extremely great basketball, or extremely good basketball, and To us, it just feels like, people just aren't, taking notice of what we're doing. So to us, we felt like this was a statement game. And we wanted to kind of go out there and just kind of, just show the rest of the WNBA that we're here and that we're making moves. So we wanted to do that tonight, and we did it. So very happy and excited about what we have going on, and beating our Eastern Conference rivals too. So good basketball.
Any last question? Mike?
Before the game, Coach told us that his message to the team all year or all week has been to leave everything out on the court today.
Yeah.
Obviously, a career high for you. How do you feel?
Yeah, I feel good. Honestly, I feel like I could play another one tomorrow right now. But yeah, I feel good. Played hard. Yeah, just super excited, but ready to just keep it moving.
Okay, thank you so much, JJ.
All right, see you. Thanks, guys.
Okay, Doug, we'll begin with you.
Hi, Jasmine. Just two things quick. Kurt obviously emphasized the importance of getting some rest, and that kind of, I know it showed tonight, but just that said, with another week off here, how do you plan to spend that? And also, just comment on John Quill leaving, kind of what it'll be like to not have her for this stretch.
I mean, yeah, we're gonna have a couple of days off. I think 3 in the week. So just kind of resting. I unfortunately am still not fully vaccinated, so I will be here in market, but definitely enjoying that time off. Of course, missing JJ is gonna be, it's unfortunate, but we're gonna have to hold it down for its next player up. I think already she has shown what we missed from not having her in the bubble last season. So her impact is huge, and we're just going to have to make up for those points, make up for those rebounds, for that defensive presence in other people.
Rafiq?
Hey, Jazz, congrats on the win. What do you think was more helpful towards this blowout win to continue the home dominance? Was it more the three-point shooting or the outside scoring?
I think it was a little bit of everything. Offensively, just being intentional about what we were looking for. I know we talk about it a lot, but our intent to play inside and out, getting the ball in the paint, off the dribble, and both with post catches, playing through JJ, that was big offensively. But it's our defense. I think they shot 44% or something like that, 50%, something. They shot crazy in the first half. And then we made a concerted effort to be better at that and kind of force them to take some shots they didn't want to take in that second half. And then we were able to rebound and execute on offense.
Miles?
Hi, Jasmine. So I've got those numbers for you. They shot 53% in the first half, and then you held them to just 33% in the second half. This is also the first time. This is the first time all season that the Liberty did not hit the scoring average that they had last season of 71.9. They scored just 64 points today. What really worked for you? Because no one has stymied that team like this all season. So what worked for you from the game plan?
I mean, at halftime, we challenged each other to play better one-on-one defense and not overhelp. I think a little bit in the first half, we were having trouble with matchups and getting out to people. We made some mistakes in transition, and in return, they were able to run it back at us and get loose for some threes. We know that they're a talented team. We know that they can shoot the ball. They play with a good pace. So I think in the second half, when we were able to get stops, then we were able to kind of, control the tempo of the game.
Thanks. And one more quick one for you. I feel like I ask you about this every game, but the defense, the rebounding, you guys won that battle 38-22 today, or 36-22, something like that. Could you talk a little bit about your front court and just how effective they were in limiting those opportunities for New York, but also in getting those offensive rebounds that gave you so many more opportunities to score?
I mean, we were just all locked in. I feel like for looking at it here, JJ does what JJ does, had 13 rebounds, 4 offensive, which was huge. I'm pretty sure she scored on it at 3 or all 4 of those. And then, I mean, we have some guards chipping in too, getting some rebounds. They take a lot of threes. So for us being able to get some long rebounds, or when the bigs are being physical down low, we got to kind of swoop in and get some of those. I think we were just locked in. That second half, we were really locked in, and it was fun.
Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jazz.
Thank you.
Questions? Please raise your hand and I'll call on you. Rafiq, you can begin.
How useful will this blowout win be going forward, considering you are now undefeated at home, which is like one of the best starts in Connecticut Sun history?
I mean, it's a great win. Every win is a great win, and just to be able to have the statement win for us going into this next part of the season, it's good for us. It's going to give us momentum going into the rest of the season.
Miles?
Hi, Bree. You put up 14 and 8 tonight, really controlling the glass on both ends. And to pair with that, the Liberty Centers, Kylie Shook and Kia Stokes combined for just 7 points and 1 rebound. What worked so well for you tonight, both in going out and getting yours and also stopping them on the other end of the court?
Yeah, I mean, I think we always try to keep every team one and done. So just keeping their bigs off the glass and try to get extra possessions for us. So I think it's always emphasis for us to rebound offensively and defensively. And we did a good job of that today of keeping them one and done and off the glass.
Thank you so much. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Jacqueline?
Hey, Bree. Stephanie had some good minutes there in the fourth quarter, 2 offensive rebounds and some points. Just how have you seen her develop throughout the rest of the season? And, how big do you think she's going to be moving forward, especially with JJ out for a couple games?
Yeah, I mean, watching her in practice, I've seen her grow in her confidence. Like defensively, she's always in the right spot. So I think just moving forward, she's going to be a big part of us. I mean, the bench is always a big part going into the season for sure, and then in the playoffs. So just her being ready and having confidence, I think that's going to be big for us down the stretch.
Thanks.
Rafiq?
Yeah, very second question. The next opponent is going to be a Seattle Storm. What are you guys doing to prepare more this time, or what you have done to prepare more for them this time around after this winning streak?
I mean, I think after the first game, I think it's going to be about us and the little things that we messed up in that game defensively, and just cleaning that up, and then just being able to close out games. We've been in 2 tight ones at the end, so I think we definitely have experience with that now. And if it comes down to that, we'll be ready for that.
Any other questions for Brianna? Okay, thank you so much.